So will Deval Patrick, a managing director at Bain Capital until this week, become the new target of the far left, Gary?
Oh, they're going to rip him to shreds. And you know why? He actually sounds reasonable. What a concept. No wealth taxes. What a concept that the greatness of this economy is the people and not the government. My goodness gracious. Oh, they're going to hit him on Bain Capital. They're going to hit him. Elizabeth Warren's going after private equity. And guess what Bain Capital is? Oh, he's going to have a fun next month. He's going to have a target on his back big time.
I don't know what the left is going to do about Deval Patrick, but I know what Donald Trump would say: low energy.
No, yeah.
but look, I agree. I think he has an impressive resume. He is successful in business, successful in politics. David, love governors, over senators and lawmakers because governors actually do things. Right. So I think he's an impressive entry, and frankly, I hope he does well.
To that point, he led the platform at Bain on social impact investing, so I feel like that could actually help his cause when he's saying that he's not just some private equity guy that has a fund worth $600 million. This just goes back to the sentiment, I guess the comment I made in the first block when we talked about how maybe people are getting tired of the far left plans and proposals by the Warrens and the Sanders, and therefore that's why you're seeing these newer players come out now. And I wonder,
Kristina, are they getting tired of it, or are they just kind of realizing that
it's not working? Maybe, yeah.
It's not. It's exactly.
It's still a little early, though. We know that, right? Because it's 3 months out until Iowa, so all of this is still early. All the polls, we can't listen to the polls, even though they're great, and you should check Fox News for those latest ones. But nonetheless, I really think this is just an opportunity. I think it's great. It's just a very crowded one, and if you're we talk about this all the time, but if you're a voter listening in this, I think it's going to get a little confusing now. There's just so much to absorb. How can I properly read everybody's platform, understand what they're asking, how they're going to pay for it, what is it going to mean for me? So I think it's just making it more complicated at the same time.
And I just wonder, how effective is Deval Patrick going to be with a population, in terms of Democrats, that demonize successful job creators,
Not
that
all
demonize
of them do.
finance? It's all of them do.
No, that would be the far left that does, not all.
But Kristina, who is animating the party? It comes down to that. Who is the motivating, the psychological, the philosophical?
Isn't Biden doing well? Isn't Mayor Pete doing better as well?
But the problem is that Biden's been in the shadows. Biden really hasn't come out much because he's been hiding because of the Hunter Biden thing.
I think there's a new Fox.
But Gary, what about the fact that in 2012 we had another Bain Capital alumni running for president, Mitt Romney, who was excoriated over his association with Bain Capital? Do you really think they're going to go after Deval Patrick the way they went after Mitt Romney for his association with Bain Capital?
Oh, they'll go after them if they think it's going to affect their candidacy, no doubt. And I just still remember the Romney thing, because I remember Kerry ran, this very wealthy guy, and they said nothing about his wealth. But all of a sudden, that Romney's in, and he's wealthy. He's the Antichrist. I mean, it's amazing to watch politics and how it plays out.
By the way, Elizabeth Warren, for all of her leftist rhetoric, has $12 million. I mean, Steve Moore, that ain't nothing.
And how'd she get it? What has she been? A politician and a university professor her whole life. By the way, when you ask that question about whether they would attack Deval Patrick for being at Bain Capital when they did Mitt Romney, are you accusing the left of having a double standard? I mean, come on, that never happens.
And even the centrists, the so-called centrists in the Democratic Party, David, support universal health care, a public option, and think that, in the case of Deval Patrick, think that Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax is in effect a good idea. So that progressive ideology is still there, even among the so-called centrist Democrats.
Well, we'll see what happens to Deval. We wish him luck.